Hi guys, morning Bran here. Got my morning coffee and everything. It's a little too hot right now because this came rather early in the day, so I'm covering this as quick as I can. So supposedly, all these tremendous and awful issues that we have been facing over the course of the past roughly 2 weeks here have been supposedly resolved all the way down through an ultimate weapon being incorrect, but now it's a very, very terrible version of itself, to the rubber banding, to the stutters, to all the twins buffs that weren't intentional buffs being reverted, xenomorph specific stuff, which is funny because I feel like behavior forgets my character all the time. All this map specific stuff with like Hawkins, Nostromo, stuff like that, all the things that we've been worried about. First and foremost, the bright flashes are now supposedly fully gone, and that was kind of the biggest worry because that, you know, was obviously causing health issues. I obviously hope this extends to the black flicker effect that I and some people have been experiencing since the hot fix for this in specific was introduced. First off, I don't want to be ungrateful, and I want to say thank you for trying to fix this and supposedly already getting something out there to fix this, because this was pretty serious, and the fact that you responded and did get something out it didn't go unseen. This is where we're going to turn around, because regardless of the fact that you fixed it in about a 2-week manner, patch 7.70 was the worst patch Dead by Daylight has seen in 4 years. The last time a patch was this buggy and non-functional for everyone was the original Binding of Kin release. If you want to talk about a release that was almost just as terrible but didn't affect everybody as pervasively, that was the Nemesis chapter release. So that's a few years for the other one. You have thrown away all of your goodwill that you have built up in recent memory. You used to be a company that was tone deaf, lazy, and didn't care about the future of your game. And we could all see it very, very clearly. And that's why everybody gave you so much shit all the time, is because we could see it very clearly that you didn't give a fuck about your game. And as long as you made your money, that's all that matters. So the greed and lack of ambition was very clear for everybody to see. And then over time, you put in a tremendous amount of effort to overturn this negative image, doing the patch 6.10 update where the big perk shakeup, reverting the nasty hillbilly changes that everybody overwhelmingly unanimously hated. You started doing a lot of things that made us kind of like turn our heads. People like me who at one point had a channel entirely dedicated to criticizing behavior's decision, both from a balance and just mechanical perspective of making games. You put in a lot of good work to try and overturn this very negative outlook that the community had on you. You had a very, very poor reputation, and you, through effort, through trying to be responsive, trying to not put through changes people hated, and just generally being a good company, you bought a lot of goodwill from us. And regardless of this 7.71 update, you've thrown that all away. And in layman's terms, you've broken our trust. I used to be, like I said, I used to be one of those people that would just be like, behavior could do no right. And a lot of the time, you really couldn't do right. And it was very, very easy to see. But when you started doing a lot of right, I was the first person to tell people like, hey, behavior's doing a lot better these days. I'd cut him some slack. It used to be that way, yeah, but it's like not that bad anymore. Now I unfortunately have to be like, yeah, behavior kind of sucks, because I don't know what happened with the twins changes. I don't know what happened with the stability of the chapter. I know it was the Unreal Engine, but clearly it wasn't in a functional state when you released it. And if it only took you 2 weeks to fix, why didn't you just postpone it? Because here's the deal. And this is something, a tidbit that a lot of people have passed over for this, which is why I'm so angry, why I'm so not happy with them. I'm not even mad anymore. I'm just disappointed, which is almost worse. They knew about the white strobe issue in the original PTB for this release. First off, I am of the opinion that shouldn't have hit PTB. You should have internal testers testing your game to make sure very, very big health stuff like that doesn't hit something that the consumers can touch, that we, the players, can touch. And if you do have an internal group of testers and everybody's wrong, what the heck are we doing? Because that's a serious health hazard, and it hit your game. Not only hit the PTB, hit the player's hands, but hit your player's hands twice. In what was supposedly going to be a permanent change. How do you have a very serious health issue for people that are photosensitive, epileptic, etc., hit your game not once, but 2 times? That is like the first time is unacceptable, but it happened twice. You have shown us, unfortunately, that you absolutely do not care, not only about us as a player base, but the bare minimum, which is our health while playing your video game. And some of you may say, oh, well, they introduced a hotfix patch for that pretty soon after. Yeah, well, that introduced a black flicker effect that I will not be playing on stream because I don't want to affect anybody. But we got a black flicker effect multiple times, to the point where I had to stop playing Dead by Daylight during one of my streams because somebody who was photosensitive in my chat could no longer watch because the black flicker was affecting them the same way the white strobe did. You showed us through this that the people who were wise, good listeners did not make this patch, or you've just lost all your motivation. I don't know. I would love to be a fly on the wall for this. I really would. I really, really would. And the most importantly, you showed you don't care about our health. If you're photosensitive or you're epileptic out there, like, behavior didn't care about you. Not once, but twice. This is like the, Alamo colorblind levels of like willful ignorance. So congratulations. You put out probably what is the worst Dead by Daylight chapter that someone has put out, that you guys have put out since Binding of Kin. So that's an accomplishment in its own right, I suppose. So for that, congratulations. Now there are 3 main very, very bad patches. 3 very big, 3 main DBD boogeymen patches that exist out there. Welcome to the group. And it was done by a company that, would swear that they're doing better now. I don't know. I don't think there's much else to say. Just reiteration, TLDR. Yeah, thank you for the fix. That was probably the worst patch in recent memory in the past 3 or 4 years. You have thrown away most of your goodwill that you've built up trying to reverse your image for this past year or 2. So you're gonna have to work a lot to get that goodwill and that good faith back, especially when it came to the health hazard that you introduced not once but twice into the game. So yeah, what did you guys think of the horrible patch 7.70 fiasco? Did you think it was one of the most horrible chapters that we've had in recent memory? How do you feel about all this? Let me know down in the comments below. But other than that, that's gonna be it for today's video, friends. Thank you so much for watching, but I do upload daily, so I will see you tomorrow. If I do not, well, I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye. Hi, editing Bran here. I was editing this video here that is now in front of you, and I was watching somebody play the game, and they rubber banded pretty hard. So I guess that's not fully fixed. I wonder what else is not fully fixed. Wow, behavior, you really continue to amaze now, don't you? Carry on.